and beyond as well. So being here also plays a very important role in the work I'm doing and sending the messages of the importance of human rights for our well-being. I'm truly grateful to see a wide range of human rights defenders being represented here, from the right to health, to women's rights, to rights of persons with disabilities, to freedom of the media, rights of refugees and migrants, and human rights and the environment, which I also think is very important. Secretary mentioned artificial intelligence, also as an issue that is so greatly important for human rights. But for a change, let us concentrate on the positive today. There are many challenges, and we heard very direct messages already coming from the ministers, recognizing that we are not living in a very good time for human rights, if I can put it so. There are so many challenges, and there are so many places in Europe that are suffering, and there are people suffering in many parts of the Council of Europe member states. But going back to positive, I think it's important to mention that still many states do commit themselves to comply and to value fundamental values, and also believe in the importance of human rights for the well-being of societies. So there are states that are still implementing conventions, adopting documents and resolutions that are important for our well-being. Unfortunately, that's not the situation for all the states. I can also say that I have established a constructive dialogue with many states, and it's good to have an open door policies. I have a very, I would say, not a diplomatic approach when raising issues related to human rights. I like to call things the way they are. And when I see grave human rights violations, I think it's important to raise the alarm and to say why there is a need for a particular change. But is this enough? Of course not. We need to do much more. In that respect, I warmly welcome the Italian presidency of the Committee of Ministers of the Council of Europe for a much needed focus on human rights and their priorities, including their firm commitment for supporting the key conventions of our organizations like the Istanbul Convention on fighting violence against women, or the European Social Charter, which I think is really important. The fact that the Italian Interministerial Committee for Human Rights established this Human Rights Award, and the reason we are here today, is another very positive example that I would like to see replicated throughout the Council of Europe. The second reason for optimism for me is the youth. And I think I would like to elaborate on this. On several occasions, my office and I have met young people in different Council of Europe member states. And of course I spoke to them. Those young people ask me for more, not less human rights. Sometimes they also complain about the way we communicate to them about the importance of human rights. So I think we need to reach out, international organizations, governments, and all institutions that are dealing with human rights. We need to reach out to youth. We need to listen to them. We need to give them platform in order to call for more human rights and not less. We need to listen to them when they defend the environment. We need to listen to them when they defend migrants, when they defend women, LGBTI community. Just in any area of human rights policies, in the Council of Europe member states, I'm meeting these young people, and they give me courage. They give me real impetus in order to move forward. They give me energy. I just returned from the border of Poland and Belarus in order to see the situation related to human rights there. And what really struck me, apart from enormous suffering of people, is people, young people that are human rights defenders, courageous, without any fear, trying to help human beings in need. And this is something that I will continue doing, listening to young people that are really trying to change Europe for better when it comes to human rights. In so many occasions lately, I said the young human rights defenders and journalists saved the face of Europe when it comes to human rights. And I think this award is also recognizing this and recognizing why it is important that we continue following what they have to tell us. So my final and perhaps the greatest source for optimism is these people that are really working in the Council of Europe member states. And I have a message for you. You are courageous, extraordinary people. And your commitment to human rights is an inspiration to us all. I congratulate you all on this particularly important award, and I do hope that we'll be able to do more for Europe and for future generations in Europe and beyond.